I have been trying to become a full-time artist ever since I graduated college 3 years ago, but now it's time to get serious. Can I actually make it happen in just 90 days? So here's my current situation. I live at home with my parents. I have a part-time job as an after-school art teacher. I teach drawing and painting, comics, watercolor, and just last week I actually opened my online art store, which has been a big goal of mine for a long time. But I want to be able to move out. I want to make cute things and share my art with the world. So in order to do that, I think I need to get serious about social media because I think that's the best, most accessible way to market my work. Let's break down the numbers. We'll start with YouTube. I currently have 5,288 subscribers. That is so crazy. I am so thankful for this little community over here. And then on Instagram, I have 1,069 followers. TikTok, I have 415. I don't really care much about TikTok. I try not to go on there. But whenever I make a reel, I post it to TikTok as well because why not? And I also have a Substack with 98 subscribers. And I came up with a little plan for growing on social media. First, on YouTube, I'm doing a little 90-day challenge. I've never done any kind of video challenge before, but I have found that being self-employed and like running my own business and social media and stuff, routine is very important. I found this little 90-day challenge, which I will link below, and I think it's just gonna help me have a little bit more structure. Then over on Instagram, I have my own little posting schedule that I like to follow. I post 3 times a week at 12 o'clock on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I like to have my posts scheduled out like at least a week in advance, and I try and alternate each post between a reel and a carousel. But let's get into my shop a little bit because that's what this is all about. I'm trying to grow my art shop. Right now in my shop, I sell lots of stickers, things like this, lots of cars. This is my new castle car sticker design that is going to be launching this week. And I think it's good to always have fresh things coming in. It's a good way to keep people interested and like checking back on the website, but it's also just really good for me to keep making things. So I think that my goal is to have small little drops on my website every month, and then every other month a bigger drop. So for the small drops, it's things like stickers and hopefully prints. For some reason, prints are just a little bit overwhelming for me right now. I need to figure out like a good printer, but it just stresses me out a little bit. The bigger drops will be things like handmade objects, original paintings, and apparel, which I'm really excited about. My goal is to just slowly but consistently build up my inventory and eventually start selling on Fair, which is a wholesale website, because I think it would be so cool to have my work in like small businesses. And I would also love to start doing art markets again. Art markets are a lot of work and they're kind of risky because sometimes they're successful and sometimes not so much. But I think it's a really good way to connect with my local art community, which is something I want to get more into. And it is just fun. Like it's fun to put all of your work together, kind of like a little mini pop-up store for the day. So I figured all that out, that's what I want to be doing. But then this past week after I launched, I felt a little bit lost. I was kind of like, what do I do next? There's so many different things that I could be working on. How do I know which one to start? So I came up with a little schedule because like I said, I think that routine and consistency and self-discipline are extremely important when you're running a small business. I want to have like a nice routine where I wake up early and go to bed peacefully. My goal is to go on a walk every morning, have breakfast, coffee, you know, a nice little classic morning routine. At night, I want to get in the habit of like not going on my phone. So I either want to read or journal or both. I also think it is helpful for me to section my days a little bit more instead of just like having tasks that I want to do at some point and then I end up putting them off until like nighttime, which is not fun. In the morning, maybe doing like smaller admin stuff. The afternoon is like my biggest work chunk, and then the evening, maybe some more creative things. Then I broke down what I want to generally work on each day so that it's kind of the same format every week. And it goes like this. Monday, I will plan and script my YouTube videos and also plan Instagram social media stuff. Tuesday, I will film those videos. I always like to edit the short form content like immediately after I film it. Wednesday, I'll start editing the video and doing some product sketches, like sticker designs and whatnot. Thursday, I will finish the video, which is kind of new for me. I normally take my time a little bit more on videos, but with my 90-day challenge, you're supposed to speed up the process so that you can start posting more. Friday will be more drawing time, product design, and photographing my inventory. I really like to have nice photos on my website. I like to create little like vignettes so that you really get the vibe for each thing. I have nothing planned on Saturday, but Sunday is going to be like my reset day. So I'll look back at my posts and stuff, reflect and analyze, and set myself up for the next week. I'll be honest, I'm a little bit scared of burning out. And ever since I started last week, I've been like really scared of failing, like doing all of this and then it not even working out. But I really do think that if you're consistent and you keep trying, like you can make it happen. So I am excited to take action to see if I can make this all happen. Please subscribe and also leave me a comment with some advice. That would be seriously so helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!